This is what we've come down to is YouTube. Um, Sean had a bright idea. I guess I'm supposed to look here. That's the wait. So I can't look here at my screen. I have to look at the camera, which is really aggravating because you're actually looking at nothing. Yeah, I'd rather look at myself since I'm so beautiful. But Sean had a great idea of putting ourselves on YouTube, even though we've kind of made fun of that concept for forever. So he wants to do this what's on your doorstep, forcing me at gunpoint to do videos. And I've seen he's done already 3 videos, so now I'm looking bad. And he mentions my name in every show or every little video he does, even with his kids have made an appearance, um, making me feel like, oh, fuck, I'm supposed to look here, right? God damn. Can't look at myself. I have no idea if it's even recording because I'm not looking at the timestamp. Um, so, anyways, fuck you, Sean, for doing this. His what's on its doorstep. So basically, we are going to be focusing on our favorite box sets, I guess. Sean has done Bride of the Reanimator. I don't know. I haven't watched them. I haven't watched them at all. I don't care. But I'm going to do mine. But anyways, he's done a good job. He's funny, I guess. So anyways, I'm just going to go over my, keep on looking at that. I'm going to do that the whole entire thing. I just know it. So I'm going to go over my favorite DVDs, Blu-rays, box sets, whatever it is. So let me see if I can set this up perfect. Oh, man. Oops. Tape's back there. House is still a mess. We moved recently, so it's not like I'm a pig or a hog, whatever. Speaking of hogs, Razorback. So anyways, this is by Umbrella Entertainment. Razorback on Blu-ray. It's a decent transfer. MGM released this on their Made on Demand DVDs and everything like that. Nothing special, nothing like that. Decent transfer. Has a pretty cool, interview with Russell McCauley, who was the writer-director of the film, and also the guy that designed the hog, which is a great concept because that's why I thought was so special about Razorback is that there's just some really great cinematography, some really great creature features, and like seeing the hog go over the hill and stuff, and just having this big pig just like run amok and just tear everything apart was always just a lot of fun as a kid while growing up on that film, and then even enjoying it more and more because there's so much more to the film. Just like I said, the cinematography, the storyline is really odd. It's not your normal like run of the mill shit. I'm just this fucking camera right here. This here. Fuck this thing. I'm staring into oblivion. How do you do this, Sean? I don't know how. Anyways, this is Australian. You can pick that up on Umbrella's site. Very cheap. They did Night of the Living Dead and Tom Savini's Night of the Living Dead. Some other great shit. John Portnoy just covered the Punisher. It's got like 4 cuts. This is a German release. This is Alligator on Blu-ray and Alligator 2. Not the greatest film in the world. But, decent transfers. The Lionsgate DVD is out of print. I sold my Lionsgate DVD for like $80 and bought this thing for like 20. And it is HD, which is better than the DVD transfer. But Alligator is a fun movie. Robert Forster's in it. Who's that other guy? I always forget his name. He's not on the fucking. He's got a weird looking face. God damn it. I forget. This is live. Where's Sean with his IMDb and Wikipedia? Fuck it. But anyways, Alligator is a very fun movie. It's a great little creature feature. Robert Forster does a great job. The sequel, not the greatest. This is an odd one. Black Christmas on HD DVD, if you ever see these puppies anymore. Black Christmas has been released numerous times overseas on Blu-ray. Here in the States on DVD, here I think on Blu-ray. The cut version on DVD is the unrated, and it's on Vudu as unrated. However, None of those cuts that exist is how long is it? 94, 95. I know it's here. 95 minutes. This cut is 95 minutes long. This is the only, I believe, the only like complete of kind of the European and American unrated and uncut and all that shit. There's also some deleted scenes and alternate endings because those played overseas. Just a lot, the death scenes are extended by a couple seconds. There's a couple more scenes of gore. But all in all, this is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Yes, I do think the original Black Christmas is, of course, better. However, this one's a lot of fun. I really enjoy the cinematography in it. I enjoy the killers. Spoiler alert. But especially with all the extra gore, it is different. The scenes are a little bit, edited differently. Some of the scenes are mixed up. Certain things happen in the American version. This version has. So if you still have an HD DVD player or that thing that attaches to your Xbox, have that. So this is kind of like three normal run-of-the-mill, DVDs, HD DVD, or Blu-rays. This, Sean likes that. It says boobies. This is Cemetery Man, of course. This is a 3-disc Ultimate Edition from 84 Entertainment. They do have these reprinted, however, they are the plastic case, and these are this is motherfucker. Oh my god. My little mini poster I was waiting to hang up back there fell out. Ooh. So, this is limited. Can you see this? $999. This is $251. These did come back out in like $333, but they're bigger plastic media books. These things, I don't even see these online anymore. These things sold out within seconds, and for the first couple months I saw them on eBay, and they were fucking running for close to like $200-300. I can't imagine if this was on there what it would go for now. Yes, there are other Blu-rays of Cemetery Man. There's nothing very special about this, and most of the shit like Sean has in his one little German thing, it's all in German. And Sean was like, I'm going to have my friend translate it for me. No, you're not, Sean. That's a lie. So it's got the Blu-ray. This is actually a 3D version of the movie, and the DVD. So basically it's a 1-disc Blu-ray. But, it was one of those things where I found it cheaper. And I was like, I'm going to get that. And there was only like one other edition that was on Blu-ray. And I heard the transfer wasn't that great. And I bought this, and the transfer's okay. It's fucking Cemetery Man. You're not going to get something spectacular until there's a restoration done. I think it's just another Blu-ray was released. Now this here is another media book by NSM Records. They do some great work as far as packaging. However, just like the 84 Entertainment, there's something up with German releases with me where I don't think the sound is that great. It sounds like it sounds like this, like it's in a box. And does it sound like metal? I can't even tell. I gotta listen to the video, and if I don't like it, I gotta delete it and record it all again. But there's like a slight echo. But if you flip it to the German track, it sounds great, and they put subtitles on. It's beautiful. However, it's not the greatest sound quality. This is Freak Show, Black Roses, which is really cool because this comes with the Blu-ray. And, of course, our beautiful German booklet that we'll never read. But it actually comes with... I can never get these things out that well. Fuck it. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to break the coaster, the DVD. But it comes with the soundtrack as well, which is super cool. But definitely a fun movie. We talked about this film on a Heavy Metal series with Cynthia Sherrill, who wrote the film, and her husband, John Fasano, directed it. But another 3-disc limited edition, I believe. These are out again, but as kind of a plastic cover. But definitely something to pick up. I did find a solution for the sound, though. I didn't say that. If you put your receiver on the setting of kind of the cathedral churchy thing, orchestra, it takes the echo away, oddly enough, because I was pissed. Because these things were not cheap. And when you see the next one, you're going to be like, oh shit. Not really. However, this is a decent release. I'm glad it's on Blu-ray. It's on DVD here in the States. On Synapse, I think it might be out of print. I'm not 100% sure. The next one was the main reason I got this was Trick or Treat. Yes, Trick or Treat is on Blu-ray somewhere in Germany. No more because it's out of print, I think. Blu-ray, of course, it's awesome pictures and German language coaster here and soundtrack, which is great. The one thing that makes this movie so spectacular is the soundtrack by Fastway. They did the entire soundtrack. Unlike Black Roses, where they got a bunch of bands together, did a few songs, took pre-existing songs, put them in the movie. Fastway actually did a soundtrack specifically for this. If anybody knows what Fastway is, they're an '80s kind of hair band. Lead singer Dave King turned out to be the lead singer and guitarist for Flogging Molly, which I thought was pretty cool. I've always dug Flogging Molly, and I listened to them before I actually found out who this was, and I had Dave King sign a CD, Trick or Treat, for me when I went to go see him live. Flogging Molly, they were in the parking lot. I beat him up. No. He was in the parking lot, and I didn't really stand in line. I went to like a movie after the concert or something like that. And I was like, holy shit. And I was like, hey man, I'm, a big fan. But can you sign a CD for me? He looked at it. He was like, holy shit. That I was in that band. I said, yeah, man, totally cool. Fucking dig the movie. Love the soundtrack. Always dug it quite a bit. Love the cinematography in this horror film. It's goofy. It's got a good buddy relationship with it. It's it's one of those movies that you feel good because Ragman was us misfits. I was a misfit for a good portion of my life in school. Made fun of between, watching movies, being kind of a dork and stuff like that. Not that the friend, you want to kill all your, friends and shit like that. Not friends, but your enemies. It was just a cool movie to relate to that, man, somebody else is going through this the way I am. And music was kind of a gateway to get out of it, which I always enjoyed because of, the guys that were making these movies and the guys that were making this music were misfits, and even when they were older and popular, they were still misfits with parents. And like Ozzy Osbourne is in this film as a cameo, Gene Simmons, and those two guys right there, they got hit hard with Nights in Satan's Service, Ozzy Osbourne acting crazy. The same thing with Alice Cooper, Marilyn Manson. They were, I don't know, they called out to us, it seems. And there's a bunch of bands like that and a bunch of people. But heavy metal was such a cool way to vent because there's actually a line in Deathgasm that I really, really liked, was when the lead says, it's comforting because that there's someone out there feeling the same pain you are. Not that I was fucking in pain or anything, but, you get angry, especially as your kid. So metal was a cool way, and movies was a cool way to vent and relate that other things are going on in your life. Way off topic of Trick or Treat on Blu-ray from NSM Records. However, this is kind of the same thing with Black Roses. The audio track isn't the best, but if you do that setting, it's not that bad. The picture's good, and I think that's what counts more than anything. with most movies, but with these, it's a little bit different because you want to fucking turn it up really loud and, listen to the sound, and it's just not all there. However, you do have the CD, which you can play. This is not played, by the way. Neither is this coaster here. But the CD I've had, and I've always been a big fan of the film. These are limited too. I think these are out as I think maybe a smaller Blu-ray version. Actually, it was like a Blu-ray case and plastic. NSM does some cool work. They have a lot of titles under their belt. They did Demon Knight and stuff like that first. For anybody else, even like Stone Cold, I think. But all those are the same transfers that you have on the Blu-rays now. So find them cheap if you're gonna do it. I know a lot of people collect media books, and I'm like, come on, spend your money on something else. The movie's the same movie. It's just some really fucking cool packaging. Because if you don't know what a media book is, it's hard. It is like a spine, like a book. All three of these are, and they're fucking really cool to sit on the shelf and look at. But I can't recommend them for paying, $50, because I think this was like 35, and I think this was 35, and I want to say that I outrageously paid close to $100 for this. Probably wouldn't do it now. I do think about selling it every once in a while so I can, buy like 30 movies. But no, the packaging's cool, the artwork's cool, the transfers are mediocre. They do put soundtracks in them, which is awesome. I had Halloween 4 and 5 on that label. I had the Sentinel on that label. So it was cool to have. They look cool on the shelf. They look like books. But I just don't pull the trigger unless it's something that's not on Blu-ray, that is probably not going to get a Blu-ray release in the States. But now that all these companies are going out and Lionsgate's doing it too, it might not be worth it for anybody at this point, unless you can get them cheap, maybe on eBay or those Facebook selling groups. So, anyways, that's the What's on Your Doorstep segment, Sean, with our favorite box sets or Blu-rays. None of these are really box sets, so I guess I fucked up. I'm sorry. I gotta stare at the camera and hit the stop button. So we'll see.